Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still start trouble. He's left on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Does he have it? Medeiros is going to get it. Oh, they're going to toss it. They haven't got it. He's on the outside line, though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now, though, for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still start trouble. He's left on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the BSC Season 10, Round 6, live from my favourite circuit of the season, COTA. Yes, that is right, you did hear me right. We are doing NASCAR on road circuits live from COTA. I am James Parfitt, going to be joined in the booth by Kenton Sportak once more. Let's bring him in and have a chat with him. Kenton, how are you, dear sir?
I'm doing well. Probably just a smidgen better than how you're doing. Obviously, we have heard many a time your love of street cars or street tracks with NASCAR. But so probably doing as we speak. I mean, I know how much it's your favorite, absolute favorite to get to do.
This is my
to watch
favorite
cars
week.
drive around.
Yes, my favorite week of the calendar. I swear you have perceived me in the wrong way, dear sir. Atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. I love watching these big gruffing NASCARs take 2 minutes 11 seconds to get round a lap here. But we do only have 25 laps, so I suppose, you know, that's a given, isn't it, on that one?
It could be a lot worse, yes. Could be like 50 laps.
I love it. Terry Spadar, straight away. This sucks. Oh, come on. Come on. We just can't. Terry, I feel your pain. Honestly, I do. But look, 21 drivers giving it a go around here as well. We can give you a brief update on the standings after round 5. Can I?
I think there's points. Could be wrong.
Are we round 5 or round 6? I thought we were 6.
No, we're 5 because we didn't. Pocono got postponed.
Pocono got postponed, didn't it? So that's going on to the end.
Yeah.
We are round 5. Yes, I can give you the scores. Andrew Williams out on top 173 with Dylan Critz on 144. Alex Witt on 140. Cody Kern on 123. Joshua B. Keefe on 122. Andrew U. Jamalin on 118. Anthony Radel on 105. And Trent O'Kimmel on 104. They're the top guys in the triple digits here, and everybody else is chasing the tails. We've got 10 minutes of qualifying due to the length of the circuit, so don't expect any times to come in very soon on the board here. But overall, I think it's going to be a very interesting evening of racing. Kenton.
I agree. I prefer road racing, not necessarily the NASCARs at road racing, but I do enjoy the road racing. And it's a really fun track with a lot of very odd bits and pieces that have been thrown into this track. But yeah, NASCAR's on this specifically. I actually do enjoy NASCAR at, Watkins Glen, where it's a big, wide track with not many, swervy, tight corners that these cars are not made to go around. But at the very least, it should be different. We'll go with different. Different will be the word I'm going to use.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Spainhouse Senior, yes, it does look like TJ is not on track, which is a bit of a shame because it could have been TJ's a good points haul if he was there, because I've got a funny feeling some of these drivers are not quite experienced on a road circuit, and that's the thing. This circuit itself is made up of 4 tracks. Okay, it's made of Silverstone through turn 2, 3, and 4, and 5. It's the Magnus and Beckett's complex. It's made up of the Hockenheim Ring, I believe, with turn 14 and 15 and 16, which is the Mercedes, which is the Stadium complex. It's also made up of a Formula 1 race circuit as well. And now I've got to Google it because I've completely forgotten which tracks are in
Interlagos or Istanbul?
It's made up of various tracks, isn't it? Oh my dearie me, I've forgotten the other ones.
Because I know the S's coming out of. Yeah, there's those, but there's also the second set of S's. Or sorry, that's the second set of S's. The first, the little mini S, is inspired by the Senna S at Interlagos.
Yeah.
And then there's a replica of Istanbul's Turn 8.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Which is that kind of weird section. I believe. Oh goodness, which corner
Bottom
section is
turn
that
11,
again?
isn't it?
I think it's turn 11.
Yeah, which is the top right of your track map. It's the sharp hairpin at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, in a realistic manner, what are we expecting here? Because it's not easy, is it?
This track, not massively. I have my own personal hate of this track when it comes up on any official's schedule. For whatever reason, I am absolutely atrocious through the S's. I cannot nail down the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 section. I just can't do it. Everything else I'm fine at. That section, not so good.
All of it then, is that what you're telling me?
Oh no, just the one side. The other side I can do fine. It's just the one side. The S's throw me off every time, and I don't know what it is about the S's that make it so difficult for me, but I really struggle through that section. But 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, which is the rest of the track, no problems. But that first section just kills me every time.
Well, I was checking the division standings in my trucks that I've been running, and I am currently leading my division. All right. And then I look at this week's calendar, and then I see Kota. And then I sit back and think, there goes my division lead. I know I've got to do it, but I really don't want to be doing it. Do you know what I mean? I just can't. I can't see how trucks would work at Kota, but I'm willing to give it a go. So tomorrow, I'm on a bit of a mission to see how it goes. I don't hold much hope. Actually, I've just lost my division championship as well. I'm no longer in front. It's a bit of a shame. I'm now in 4th. But I know Cota's coming up. And I know that I would have to venture onto the circuit in the truck, which doesn't make me excited about it at all. Mr. Spainhouse said, Kenton, this track is not made for these cars, but at the same time, who has the skills?
That's fair. Yeah. It
But
is very technical. It's a, if you're able to control the car, you're going to have a great shot at winning. It's not even like you have to be fast. You just need to be able to control the car going through these corners and not spin it, because it is very easy to spin. I mean, in reality, outside of turn 1, there's not too much of a drastic change in elevation throughout the entirety of the track. But that first corner is a absolutely insane elevation change. I want to say it's something like 11 degrees the entire way up, something like that. Like, it's actually pretty ridiculous how big and how long it goes.
It's 150 meters, I believe, or something along those lines, upwards. After, so this area they start going through with Dylan Crits, I believe it's like 100 something. It's crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah, like it's absolutely insane that it's 11% gradient to the first corner, which is referred to as Big Red apparently, and then right as you hit that corner, you turn right back down it. So it's kind of like a why in a lot of ways, but yes, it is a very flat track, so it makes it a little harder because some corners are a little odd, especially in these big cars with the rear end so willing to step out on them when they hit these corners, and you can lock up so easily, and you have to brake a lot more than you think you do, because of how heavy these cars are to kind of make your way around that corner.
Yeah. Okay. The only good thing that's going to come out of this tonight, right? One of it is Armin Brusso might have some hair left, because we're not hitting a massive amount of cautions, because they are road cautions, which don't show very often, apart from obviously the necessary stage break that we have within the BSC, which I think is lap 10, I believe. I'm just checking that because I may have just got that horribly wrong. But overall, I think, it is lap 10, and they've got 2 sets of tyres. I don't know how these guys are going to get on. I want to... Whoa, Peggles.
Oh?
Seth Pegg went off track. Yeah, would you think?
Full send. Full send.
Yeah, from Seth. Maybe he's not loving this circuit either, as he's just sat there. Oh, dearie me. Right, we got 30 seconds left of qualifying here. So get ready for this one. It's going to be very, very interesting. Very, very exciting. And just, yeah. Oh, stop it. I'm doing it now. Hold on a minute. My trading paints has got all a little bit peaked on. It's just not behaving itself, Seth. I've had problems all night. I tried to talk TJ into it, but no. Well, I'm not surprised. I really am not surprised. So yeah, don't rush, TJ. You're fine. 25 laps of action here. Should be about an hour's worth of racing, but we're going to find out. I am just watching tonight. I know, TJ. I know, buddy. I would be watching as well. As soon as stop it. It's not my cup of... No. Yeah, I'm going to... Do you know what? Do you know what I'm really not looking forward to as well? I love the BSC. I love Armand. I love everyone. But they stuck Chicago Street Circuit on. Now, the problem for me is I obviously got the 100% series running on JBB, right, that starts in May. And that's also got Chicago Street Circuit on. And I don't even like it. I don't even like it. It was just because we followed the calendar. But Armand said he would not pick Chicago, but he lied. He lied. Blinking Chicago. But look, there we go. It is what it is. We've got to deal with it. I think, most of these guys are aware of my non-love for road circuits, right? But it is what it is. Okay, we've got to go there. Are we going to see great racing? Well, that will always depend on the drivers at the end of the day. I think that's the thing. A lot of it will depend on the driver's ability to master a road circuit. Dan Michael, Alec Wick, Dylan Kritz, Noel Jakowicz, Christian Strada, Collicott. We know we've seen them around, and hopefully they will do well. Seth is there. Why? Oh, this is what I mean. Right, I'm going to have to do it this way. These aren't uploading when I do it through Trading Paints. It's a killer. So there we go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to say, to be honest. No, see?
I'm just excited for the blue flags. Who doesn't love getting to see those flapping around and nothing happening? But Seth, you can see, yeah, he's got a white car today.
SCT
Logistics.
Who are they?
I don't know. Let's find out. To the Google.
Go to the Google we go. I hope they're chipping in for your sponsorship, dear sir. And they're paying your way here. But Dan Michael is the lead car. We're going to wait for the pace car to go in very, very shortly. Before we get this up and running, and before we get this motor race running here as well. Well, wish us luck. Let's get it going. Dan Michael is the man on the lead. He is going to take the opening run of the BSC round 5 live from Coda. And ladies and gentlemen, the lights are on, the lights are off. It's going to be green, green, green as we go rushing up the hill into turn 1. Dan Michael's covering up the inside. Dylan Kritz, Noel Jakowicz trying to go around the outside. And Alex Witt in there for the first plummet down through the S's. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. All incoming, and it's Alex Witt taking the... Did he take the lead? He managed to hold it there, Kenton, but boy, oh boy, was that risky.
Oh, there we go. There it is. There's a car. So, wow. I'm going to call that threading the needle. That, I don't know if you saw it in the background, but the Reese's Pieces car managing to go right across the track and not make contact with anyone, which was fantastic.
Christian Strada.
Strada? Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure, but he gets a little sideways, and then watch, he'll roll straight across, and no contact.
No, but there was contact initially.
Yeah, it looks like Nordberg, I think, makes contact with him.
Yeah, Nordberg comes up the inside. Bang.
Yeah, just sends him around.
He didn't even know his brakes.
Nope, slips right through. Oh, gets a little bump, but I mean, that could have been way worse. So, glad it didn't end horribly.
But here we go. Alex Witt is taking the lead with Dan Michael and Dylan Kritz behind him. Noel Jakowicz in behind that one. Then we got the train of Collicott, Trappett, Burrell, and Taylor. New people, I believe, into... Well, there we go.
Just a little bump.
Little bump. It's all getting a little bit spicy here, Kenton, as they're coming around turn 15 for the very first time, and already we are quite spread out across the... Armand. Armand is just getting kind of swamped in the middle here. There he is. Seth's trying to go on the outside.
Ferrari car.
Yeah, they're used to going backwards anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, usually. They fall pretty hard. Oh, that's the 82. I believe that's Kuhn. That's spun around in the background there.
Yeah, Justin Kuhn is another one that's spun. And unfortunately for him, He's now down the back of the field behind, well, Greg Sherman, who's not on the racetrack. Oh, there's the 124.
Oh.
That is
I think that's Stockner.
Yep. He's gone round as well. We've still got Jason Taylor, Andrew Burrell. Taylor's just about in the 1-2-1 machine. Burrell has just gone up the inside of Mr. Taylor. So action still happening as we've got Norberg on the back end of this trio. Grouping up front, Alex Witt and Dan Michael, very close together with Dylan Critz. Is the secret to road running practice?
Oh, 100%, especially in these cars. Like if I know, like if you're to hop in Dakota, you've driven it before in you know Formula One games and or previous other cars and stuff like that. Just the way that these cars brake and accelerate and all that kind of stuff is so different from any, I guess, road car that you would typically see on this track. So if you're used to driving GTs or GT3s, or if you're used to driving the prototypes, or even the Mazda MX-5s or the Clios, anything like that, just the way this car is designed isn't for that heavy braking and then an immediate turn. Like you actually have to get on the brakes very early and slow these cars way down, just because they don't have the downforce that you would typically get to be able to make some of these tight corners. You don't have the real ability to slow down super quick, because these cars aren't meant to slow down super quick. They're meant to go very fast and turn left. Obviously, they have to make some tweaks to the vehicles. The camber of the tires is a big one, because obviously, typically with a oval setup, you have a positive on the left side of the car and a negative camber on the right side of the car. Whereas when you're on the road, you don't want that, because otherwise your car's just not going to turn right, which they're normally not meant to. So they have to change up all of that. The spoiler gets changed, and there's a whole lot of things they have to tweak for these cars to make them road worthy or road eligible. And they don't like it as much, not nearly as much as they like going left.
Yep, I agree. Do you know what, right? And I understand that they've got to come here as Devon Collicott is going up trying to go up the inside of Andrew Burrell. There's a lot of off track. Seth Pegg, unfortunately, has just done that. What have you done, Seth, in that machine there? Part of.
I did look it up. SCT is a logistics and multi-model. I just went for a spinsies.
Yeah, but then he spins back and ends into the wall as well for poor old Seth. So not great there. Arma Brusso making, was making gains. It's now going backwards as Brandon McLaughlin has just gone past him currently. We got a nice little group in the middle with Noel Jakowitz. Then we got to Pat Trappett, Devon Collicott. Trappett's off the side of the circuit. Jason Taylor in there. I'd be interested to know how the off tracks are working here, because in real life the off tracks at COTA don't really mean anything.
It's sort of similar with NASCAR. There's massive runoff spaces. I think the biggest ones that are very key are through the S's. They're strict there, but anything else, if it's concrete, you can use it pretty much. Like seeing Dan Michael go wide there, that's more than likely not going to really be a concern for an off track. It's mostly through the S's that are a major concern. Like coming out of this turn here, you can go quite wide and still be okay. On this little patch here, like they can go completely off the circuit and come back on and not have to worry about it. So it's a very liberal track limits in COTA when you're not in a Formula car, which is kind of nice, but also it makes it a little tougher because you don't really realize it if you don't know it very well. But if you know, you can really utilize as much of the track as you can to keep as much speed as you can going through these corners.
I think that's the thing, right? I watched real life COTA NASCAR for my perils, and they were literally just using any part of the circuit they possibly can as Dan Michael and Dylan Critz go up that incline into turn one. Michael's just going to take that tighter line, that's the thing, there's multiple lines through turn one. Now we've got Devon Collicott and his crew of Trappett, Burrell, Taylor and Norberg. They're all starting to close up as well. Also, one of the things that has been noticeable is the field is starting to spread out here. So They're going to have to be a little bit careful, aren't they? Otherwise, they're all just going to not be near each other. They've got to make sure that they're staying in contact. Christian Strada is one here that's battling away with Joshua Kuhn. So these guys are fighting out, but a second is starting to appear out front.
Yeah, it's just over a second, or just under now, actually. It was just over a second. This S's section really seems to separate everybody out pretty solidly. As long as you're on that front, ooh, a little contact there. As long as you're on the same lead lap going into, we do have that that stage break at 10. So you're not really in a huge stress. The biggest thing, I think, for people like Dan Michael was running 211s. Like, he was flying during both practice and quali, and now you're looking 213s, 214s is kind of the best laps. I don't think that's just a race thing. I think it's a little closer to fuel saving more than anything. Because if you're leading, even if it is if you're up ahead by a second or even less than that, you're still getting in that tow. If you're behind that guy, and anyone who's in the lead of that group is doing all of the work for you, so they're going to be using more fuel compared to Kritz and Dan Michael in this case, with Alex Witt's going to be using more fuel to push ahead, and these guys can kind of just float around behind them. And the better you can save fuel, the more likely you are to make it all the way without having to do a stop, or save whatever fuel and maybe have a quick stop, and you're not having to hop in and do another one right away after, kind of thing. So, being or with that quicker stop, being able to not have to sit in the pit stall for as long as you would have if you went all the way, sort of thing, or were almost empty. So a few tactics that can be kind of employed right now, and I think Dan Michael, who is usually really, really good at road circuits in NASCAR, I think that's kind of looks like what he's sort of trying to do, is just stick close, conserve as much fuel, and lift and coast as much as you can.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I'm also just, as he's just gone past Dylan Critt there, who's going to take that inside line. Critt's going to be behind him. You see it in the mirror in the top right-hand corner. Dylan Critt has lost that position. Now Michael and Witt will open up the front end here. There's a nice little battle down here with Nick Stockner, Brandon McLaughlin, Seth Pegg, and Armand Bro. There was Seth right in front of us at that moment. So there we go. That was nice.
Yeah, and also the other big thing on this corner, or on this track, is those sausage curves will send you into a new dimension if you hit them a little too much. They are absolutely brutal, and they are in very, very inconvenient spots on a lot of the corners, especially through the S's and turn one there. So if you hit those, you can have a lot of problems, and it's definitely something to try and avoid, because, well, unlike Formula cars, they won't, flip you over or cause any breakage. They will definitely cause you to lose a lot of your thing and spin out. We want to avoid that.
Yeah, I think you do, as Stockner and Seth Pegg are going at each other here and fighting out in this four-way little group. I suppose some people have still got battles commencing. Dan Michael now is up front with Alex Witt as they're coming around turn 19, the left-hander, before they go round for turn 20. I think TJ had the best idea. It's really hard, Terry, not to agree with you. It really is. As we're on 20 to go. These guys still fighting out. Dan Michael, Alex Witt up the front. Dylan Critt slowly getting dropped off now. And he's trying to keep up with these guys. It's very difficult when you've got two road racers and like Alex Witt and Dan Michael. And they have been road dominant, I think, as well across the seasons that we have seen road running within the BSC, haven't they?
Yes, they're a very quick duo. I'm pretty sure I think they actually won every road race we had last year. I know we only had like 2 or 3, but I think they won both of them, one of the 2 of them. So, and I believe 2 seasons ago when we did Coda, I want to say Dan Michael won it quite handily. So,
yeah,
they definitely know what they're doing getting around this track.
Yeah, but stage break after 10 laps. So that would be that would be 15 to go in the top left-hand side. Unfortunately, I can't control it counting down. So when it says 15 to go, it will be the stage break. That one was real interesting. Is that? So, I can't take if that was sarcastic or not. But these guys continue to fight up front, going through turn 12 into 13. It's Witt, Michael, and Crits. And then you've got Collicott down here with Burrell, Norberg, and Trappit, who I believe is new into the series tonight. I've not seen him before. Young Pat, well, I say young, I might have just completely offended him, and he's as old as me. Who knows? But at the moment, he is just making gains on that inside line, nearly almost 3 wide as they're going through turn 14. It's not something they want to do. Norberg's now on the outside, coming through turn 15. Trappit trying to run the outside. Is he going to be able to hold on? He doesn't look. Oh! Norberg, hold it. Did hold
saved
it.
it.
Yeah, and Calvin Ross and Strada. Strada's just gone up the inside of
Big
Ross.
lockup ahead of him.
Oh, bye-bye, Calvin. Unfortunately for him. But Chris, Michael, and Witt are running away at the front and have been.
Yeah, it's and I don't know if you saw that, but when we were on board with Collicott going into turn 12, I want to say he started braking at like the 300 meter board going into turn 12, which, I mean, if you compare that to where you have to start braking in most, like an F1 car, I believe it's like 120 meter board, or 120-ish meters. Some of the GT cars, maybe you're pushing 150 to 200, but stopping at 300, like that's just how heavy and hard to slow down these cars are. Once you kind of start getting towards that space, you just need to like get on the brakes very early and slow everything down.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to give it more time, right? You can't expect to dive in late, hope it sticks, and just hit the brakes, right? You're not Lightning McQueen on dirt road, and that's the thing. These guys this is a discipline that takes a lot of getting used to. It will take a lot of time for these boys to get hold of. And if you haven't been out practicing, then you are in deep trouble. Let's just put it that way. And that's the thing, isn't it? If you haven't been out practicing, you are in deep trouble here. You're going to struggle your head off. As Devon Collicott has just, unfortunately, looked like had his own little moment here. He's under the bridge. Is he going to get it stopped? That's going to be the question. Bass Pro Shop's on the side there as well, and he just travels slowly through the corner, and I think he just picks up that he's had a little bit of a tat-a-tat when he's not really. Pat Trappit and Burrell still going constantly here as they're on the run around turn 16, 17 and 18. So these guys having a nice little tat-a-tat with Devon Collicott in the mix as well.
Yeah, fantastic racing, at least so far. There's been a few spins, but nothing too crazy, which is awesome. And then we haven't had to see the Undertaker come out. That reference being that I believe it was in 2022, he was driving the pace car.
The Undertaker?
The Undertaker, because he's from Texas.
Oh,
so yeah, they actually had him driving the pace car to start the race.
Go on, son. Check him out.
Yeah.
I do love a bit of The Undertaker. However, I wouldn't want to meet him down a dark alley. Pat Trappit and Burrell going side by side start plunging down through the S's. Trappit did make it through there. Burrell right behind him, as you can see in the rear, as they're coming into turn 6 and 7. Stellar job from these guys all the way through. Some great fighting, some great action still, mind you, but we're not hitting the stage break, as we can see Stockner and Brown and McLaughlin. McLaughlin looks like he's also another man who was involved at the beginning, and then I think he is going to settle down as we see Stockner just run exceedingly wide. Him and Trent and Kimmel have both had their actions, but Norberg and Burrell side by side, with Norberg taking the position away on that run down into turn 12.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the timing board there, it looks like Dan Michael is either massively fuel saving or had himself a little bit of an instinct, because he's now down almost 2.5 seconds, or just almost 3 seconds, sorry, on Crits and Wit, and he was ahead of Crits and right behind Wit, so not sure what happened there, but it looks like...
I don't know, I'm just trying to see. Some of the off-tracks are a bit dubious, partly because they're showing as off-tracks and yet they're not actually doing anything. And currently, trying to see the passes. Where is that pass and where did it take place? Yeah.
Yes, and Terry Spadenhauer Sr., don't jinx the caution, let's get this over. There are no full track cautions, so even if someone spins out, it doesn't stop the race in any capacity, which is fantastic.
Yeah, there's no full course cautions. And this is where Crits did clear down Michael. Looked like Michael may have got a slowdown coming out of that final corner. That could be possibly why he's dropped back. Seth Pegg down here with Armin Brusso as these guys are battling it out. Brusso, unfortunately, is off the side of the circuit now, so that one's brought to an end. Stopner and Kimmel, both of them pushing each other off, going through turn 16 and down into 17 and 18. So not many people near each other now, Kenton. They're getting a little bit spread out.
Yeah, it's a little spacing at this point, but so far, no one's been lapped yet. I know it is most likely coming, as it looks like Joshua Kuhn might get caught pretty quick here, as he is just on his way down to turn 12, and Witt, Crits, and Michael are coming out of turn 11, so that'll probably happen fairly quickly. But all in all, it's actually been pretty entertaining in that we do have a couple of groups that are sort of tight together and providing some racing. It's not super spread out as we watch Stockner go for a little extra turn and a donut for us in the middle of turn 1, which is not the best spot to do it, but you never know.
Yeah, spinning in general isn't always good, is it really? And as Seth and Stockner are now going at each other here. So I'm looking forward. I don't think Stockner's quite got to grips with his track. I've got to be honest. I think he's going to be struggling a little bit. But no, Jakowitz here has got to grips with it. He's 6 seconds ahead of these guys who are battling away nicely.
Yeah, having a fantastic race. And no, Terry Spadenhauer Sr., it is foggy. That's not just you. I believe we actually had a thing from... Oh, stage break. I was like, why is there a caution? Right. Stage break. Throwing me off. Yes, there was a mostly cloudy, overcast, and then light fog coming into the race partway through it. So this is our light fog we're supposed to get, because if I know Armin Brusso, he was hoping to put rain in, but the NASCARs are not rain-ready vehicles, so fog it was.
Yeah, I'd love to have seen rain here.
You would have had a mental breakdown if we had NASCARs at Coda in the rain.
You are
Don't even try.
That's not true. Why would I have had a mental breakdown about that? I love NASCARs on road circuits in the rain.
Sure. That's yeah, we'll pretend. And yes, there is a yellow, yes, for our lap, or our stage break at 10 laps.
Yes. It is.
Which is nice. It's everyone's going to rush in and get themselves some tires.
Yep. Everyone will rush in, get themselves to the tyres, and then hopefully we'll be able to run directly to the end. So let's see.
I feel like there's going to have to be at least a pit stop. I don't know if they're going to be able to make it a full 15 laps.
I don't think they will. They're going to have to make a pit stop. I do fully agree.
I think so.
Yeah, I think they will.
Or was this the one of the massive fuel saves by what was that? Cam Malcolm?
Who?
Jordan Malcolm, that's who it was.
I was going to say, who
Jordan
are you
Malcolm.
talking about?
Yeah, he had an absolutely huge fuel saving, and I think he missed by like half a lap, and had to come in or something like that. Like I remember he almost made it. So I'm curious if anyone tries it today. So let's see if anyone can. Lots of clutching in, turning off the engine if you can.
Yeah. You can still clutch in.
Yep.
So I think, they've still got that ability. I'd be very surprised if anybody isn't. Like, you could just roll down the hill, to be fair, couldn't you? Just clutch in and... There you go. Like that.
I think he's waiting for the safety car, because the safety car, yeah, there it is, on his left there. He was told to let the safety car pass. I find it weird that it's a Porsche for this, but, whatever. I feel like it should be a truck. I don't know why. That's what it feels like it should be. Or like a Dodge Charger, like the old school muscle car or something. I don't know why. That's just what it feels like for NASCAR. You should have not a European-based car. Like, this is the most America races you can have. It's in the heart of Texas. And NASCAR, and it's like, hey, Porsche safety car, let's go. That's just me.
Oh.
Yeah. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But yeah, I don't know. It feels like it should be like a...
I love this. I'm just catching up on some of the Discord messages. Trying to kibble. NASCAR, a stock car racing series, a track designed for Formula One. Why?
Yeah.
And then Dylan's just put preemptive apologies to literally the whole field. However, Dylan's doing pretty goddamn well. So, a little bit premature on that.
A solid one so far.
Yeah.
Could have been a much worse start for him.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't make I can't make this work in my head. That's the problem. I just can't.
That's fair.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I think the hardest part is that the stage break does take a second because it's such a long lap. So it's like this part is not slow, and man, is it ever? I thought he said light fog for this, but
no, he didn't want to
foggy.
do that. Yeah, he didn't want to go with light, did he? Let's be real. This is Armin. If he's got free reign on the blinking weather, he's going to want it as dark as possible. So, will fog put a moisture barrier on the track? Do you think it? Will fog put a moisture barrier on the track? You think it would?
You would think it would, but yeah, iRacing is different.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's not English.
He missed a comma.
Yeah, okay.
Will fog put a moisture barrier on the track? You think it would.
Or it should
be
you'd. Do you think it would?
That or you'd think it would. You would think it would.
Oh, I don't.
But, yeah.
Blinking no.
I don't know.
All I know is we've got 15 to go. Mr. Spainhour Senior, I agree. Let's get it done and over with so we can go back to some proper racing next week when we head to the wonderful world of Richmond Raceway. Oh, I'm so looking forward to Martinsville in the trucks, I've got to be honest. Martinsville is on the schedule, isn't it? As I look and think.
Yeah, it's after Richmond, yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then we're back here for Texas.
Yeah, but that's the Speedway, so that's fine. I'm not here for Texas.
Track?
Yeah.
Road course?
I don't want to be. Yeah, the road course is COTA, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like a road course here is. It's this. This is your road course,
Yeah,
basically.
I was gonna say.
Actually, I don't know if Texas Motor Speedway has an infield.
I don't know.
Course. I'm curious.
The Worldwide Raceway. When did that become into the calendar? Oh, okay. So it's here. But no, definitely Martinsville for me. As we go. Oh, dear me. This is going to be interesting how they're going to separate this one. Oh, Dan Michael
gets out first.
Gets it. Yep. Dan Michael gets the jump at the beginning.
They do have a road course at Texas Motor Speedway.
Do they?
Yeah, road course with chicane. They've been using it since 2000. It's a 2.3 mile, 10 turn infield track.
Nice.
Good to know.
Good to know.
Kind of looks like Daytona, but
how have they crashed coming out of the pits here? Please tell me they've just gone really slow. Yes, they've just gone really slow. Stopped around wide and everybody. Sorry, my timing software said they crashed, and I was like, how have they crashed? Right, the worrying thing for us guys is we've got one more to go because the pace car lights aren't off. So sit back for another 5 minutes, enjoy your cup of tea, or in Mr. Spainhouse Senior's case, clearly something stronger. As he's clearly stated, I've been drinking. Give me a break.
I mean, hey,
Hey.
do what you got to do, I guess.
Yeah.
It is oval, or it is NASCAR on a road track, so got to get through it somehow.
I wonder how this is in real life to watch. Like,
I think it's a lot closer.
Would I be sitting back thinking I'm watching TCRs going at it? You know what I mean? Do you get what I mean? Would there be a little bit more bump in? I know there's no track limits because watching some of them come down into this turn and they literally are on that inside grass almost, which is obviously not there practically. But that is just literally tarmac, and they just go running over it. So they really don't have many track limits in real life, to be fair. So there you go. Where is the less? Oh, hello, Billy. Sorry, I missed your message there. Thank you so much for joining us. Where's Lydia? Lydia, where you at, lady? Come on. I missed my weekly conversation. I think Reddit killed it here when they ran. It was super good to watch. Yeah, I just watched. I watched the NASCAR from last night as well. No interviews. Oh, to be fair, Seth, I didn't even think. Would you like to come and have a chat with me? Pull him in. Yeah, but I gotta find him. Wait. Here he is, the man himself, the myth, the legend, the Australian with an opinion on everything. Mr. Seth Pegg.
It's me.
Good evening, me. Hello.
Hello, how are we going, fellas?
I'm all right, mate. I'm just sitting here watching you poodle around at 60 kilometers an hour or whatever it is for another 5 minutes.
Yeah, poodle around is a good way to explain it. We are absolutely going no.
No,
It's yeah.
Hour.
That's great.
How's it out there, bud? You enjoying yourself?
It is exhilarating. Dude, we are 3 wide in so many places, and it's been mostly clean. I had an accident with Armand earlier. Felt bad about that. I'll apologize after race. He made a mistake, and then he didn't leave track. I thought he was going to go off track, so I continued the racing line. And yeah, it's been fun. It's been very fun.
All right, Seth. Look, let's stop with the niceties. Do you think these cars should be at this road circuit?
You know me. I love NASCAR on road. You know me. I love NASCAR on road. I'm so eager for Chicago. So eager for Watkins Glen. I don't think this track's particularly great, but it is what it is.
Are you being sarcastic or serious?
No, I enjoy this track. I really like this track. I mean,
So
I wish we were at Jules Villeneuve instead, but I like this.
So why aren't you leading?
Because I am not particularly good at it. That's the problem here. I'm trying my best. I'm trying some stratagems, if you can see now.
Yeah, why are you
we're
going
doing our
into the
best.
pits? Oh, I suppose it don't really matter.
Extra lap.
You're at the back.
It doesn't really matter, but I want to be sure that I'm making it on fuel.
Yeah, and how you? Do you think it's going to be tight?
Not if I pit this lap. Not if I pit this lap. I'll make it the rest of the race. Won't have to come in.
Are you saying everybody else isn't?
I'm saying that they'll probably be able to make it, but it'll be on the line.
I like
And
it.
I'm back
I like
where I
it.
was. I'm back where I was.
Strategisms.
Yeah, look at Seth getting all technical in a road circuit. Hey? God, blimey.
Indeed.
So, how far do you reckon you're going to get?
Oh, God. We'll see if I make it there first. We'll see if I make it to the end.
Come on, you said you like it. How far do you think you're going to get?
I think top 15 would be nice, I reckon. It just so happens that I'm slow at this track. So as much as I can strategize, I need to find the pace. And I should have found it before the race started, probably.
Yeah, quickly whack the driver's line on, mate. See if that helps. I don't know. Give it a go. I don't know, buddy. To be honest on that one. Well, Sam, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure having a chat with you for the last 5 minutes. Good luck out there. I'm hoping to see you in the top 10.
Thank you.
If not on the winners'
Hope one of my
podium.
boys wins.
Yeah.
I'll try my best. I hope that Alex, Dan, or Noah win. One of my boys.
One of your boys. All right, mate. Well, you have a
Please.
good one, mate, and I'll catch up with you later.
Catch you later.
Take care. Do you know what? I completely forgot about interviews because I was too busy rambling there as well. And I forgot it's such a long lap. I probably could have spoke to about 6 people by now, to be blatantly honest. But there you go. But look, it is what it is. We're getting back in about another 3 minutes under green. Alex Witt with the stage win. So that's good. That's an extra 10 points for Alex. So well done for him. Congratulations, buddy. To be fair, I probably should have spoken to him. But as I say, I was, rambling on, Kenton. With you, actually. It was your fault.
I agree. It's usually my fault, at least according to most people I talk to. So
Yeah, I love that. I only drink on the days that end in Y. I need to join the beer league. I tell you what, you in the beer league would be funny. Not that we broadcast it anymore, but you in the beer league would be amusing. I'd love to see that. So, just to see you on track, actually. Why don't you come and race Coto and leave TJ to have the night off? That would have been fun, wouldn't it?
these are the real questions.
Yeah, none of these mamby-pamby questions here, We asked the facts. However, I would have loved to interview Max Verstappen after Interlagos when he pulled that stunt on Checo. Oh, mate, I would have shredded him. But apparently I wasn't allowed.
I mean, it wasn't exactly a hidden reason. Everyone kind of knew.
That's still not the point. I still would have made him tell me. But there we go. Hey.
Max would have just deadpanned it and not said anything of actual value. It's Max.
Exactly. But there we go. Right. Come on. Can we go now?
Well, lights are off.
Well, that's always good.
Only
At
only
least.
13.
Oi.
Only 13 to go.
Yeah. Kenton yawning his head off in the background there. Sorry, Kenton, are we keeping you awake?
Oh, yes. I blame Dan Michelle not driving fast enough. It's his fault.
Oh, God, they should have set the pace cars faster. I don't know if you
Yep.
can do that, but Jesus. Blinking Nora. Right. I can only turn left. Well, what are you doing joining the beer league? They go left and right. Gee whiz. Right, here we go again. We're going to be up and running. Seth's got the strategy. Dan and everybody else has got the speed over Seth. So he's had to try something. Yeah. Let's see what goes on as these cars do muscle their way around the final corner. 21 of them. Dan Michael, back up and running. We're green. What's going to happen in turn 1? Well, we're going to find out very, very shortly. Kritz is taking it free wide with Norberg and Collicott. Contact with Norberg. Kritz has said, well, I'm going up there. Now they're 4 wide at the back.
Whoop.
Oh, and unfortunately round they go. Where's the yellow flag? Oh, we're on the road circuit. No caution. There's Dan Michael and Alex Witt, Noel Jakowitz, Norberg and Kritz side by side. Kritz is coming through. missing the corner. Norberg's not even making the corner. He's doing pirouettes in the side of the circuit. Seth Pegg is gained up a load of positions. He's now sitting in 13th, so fair play to him. Arnold Brusso as well, up in 6 places, and now in 11th. Stockner's off the side of the circuit. He's going to nearly go and torpedo Joshua Keith. Just about missed him as they're coming out the backside of turn 7 before they get through turn 9. And unfortunately for Stockner, he is into the barrier. So, yeah. Good restart.
That got a little close there. Oh, there's a bump right in the back there. It looked like Hunter getting in with someone from this beautiful angle.
What is going on?
I don't know what car that was, but it was a car.
There was a car
it had wheels
on a race. Yeah, there was a car on the racetrack going round here as Pat Trappett and Burrell still resume their battle as they're going around turn number 15. Oh, dearie me. They're all getting a little bit spread out and more as we go. Joshua B. Keefe and Armand Brusso nearly nose to tail, and so is Strada, Kimmel and Carson. Estrada goes a little bit wide there as he corrects coming in once more. Looks like Calvin Ross has been off the circuit, but that could just be a little bit of a touch of the grass. My software turning around saying, I don't like this. Please get them to stay on the racetrack.
Being on the racetrack is counterintuitive. You want to go through the racetrack. That's how you win. Apparently.
I do love the fact that Terry is insisting on it getting wet. Is it getting wet? That is what he said. That is what he said. Terry, there comes a time in a man's life where I really should read the YouTube messages before I read them out. And that was definitely one of them I should have read as we go up in the air now with Kimmel, Carson, Strada, Bruce.
We gotta send Terry Spainhour or TJ out to check on Terry Spainhour Senior here.
Yeah, TJ, get
a little. Make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, keep that under control, will you? Blimey. As these guys coming in through, yes, through turn 8 and 9. We're going to go back up front with Burrell and Collicott. There's Burrell, Andrew Burrell. Burrell. Is it Burrell or Burrell?
I believe it's Burrell.
Okay, Andrew Burrell fighting out, and now they've just decided to spread out, but Strada and Brusso are coming down the hill. Strada's carrying a hell of a lot more speed than Brusso is as they're coming into turn 11, and now Brusso's going to get sent on by Carlson.
A little bit of a lockup and a little wide, but he kept it on the track.
Yeah,
that was impressive.
Well done.
I've seen cars go off less than that.
Yeah, we've seen Ferraris go off there.
To be fair, he was helped by George Russell. There was not much he could have done when a Mercedes comes T-bones you off the track.
That's just an excuse. You said it out loud. Yeah, I know I did. That's because I didn't read it first, Terry. There's a spinner in the back. McLaughlin, McLaughlin, Stockner. But just both unfortunately gone round here. Brusso, Carlson and Kimmel in this mid-pack scrapping it out. Dan Michel's mid-break, a break. Alex Witt has been broken away from Jakowitz. Kritz broken away from Collicott. Collicott cannot get away from Burrell. Sorry. Yeah, as well on lap with 10 to go. Keep reading, James. I can't keep. I'm not. Stop it.
The problem causer. We found our hooligan of the chat.
How rude.
Oh, God. Oh, Terry Spainhour Senior. Anyways, yeah, Dan Michelle is starting to open. He's got a full second gap now on Alex Witt.
I am here. I'm trying to figure out if I've missed anything by that comment, but then I don't think I have. Have
I? No, he's just. That's what he said. Just keep reading.
Yeah.
And then he posted something else for you just to read without reading it. Like read it out loud first.
Clearly, you know, Spainhour Senior and alcohol can tell you've been drinking. That's one of the lines I used to hear from the missus before I gave up drinking altogether, to be blatantly honest. But Carlson, Norberg, Brusso, Kimmel and Kuhn having a nice little battle on their run down through turn 10, down into the left-hander of 12. Peck, he's coming. Seth, he's coming.
Oh god, that's so out of context.
Oh, Peck survives the coming of Stockner. And Stockner does make it through there on that run down into turn 12. Great job from Stockner. He come right up his inside, didn't he? And didn't leave him any room. And Seth just gave him a nice big gap to put himself right into.
Can't. Anyway, so Michelle and Alex Witt having a nice little duel at the front. I can't comment on what was just said. I can't. Just Brusso goes around right in front of us.
Armour Bruce, unfortunately, spinning around there. Joshua Kuhn.
Oh, okay. Oh man, that was too much. Too much. That's gonna get clipped, turned into an Instagram reel, a Facebook story, and I think the other a TikTok.
Yeah. After I wipe the tears out my eyes at the moment. Hold on, I'll be back. You carry on.
All right. So we are with Joshua Kuhn here as he's heading his way through the S's section, managing to hold a nice little lead here. Just behind him is Kimmel and Peg as they're trying to relay in Carlson, but a little further back there. Seth Peg still, he's around where his prediction was. He said he was going to be P15, and he's holding on to 16th right now, so he's got a chance. It just kind of depends on how much fuel everybody else is going to use throughout the rest of this race, as we do have 9 to go.
Right, he reckons he's going to be on the line, doesn't he? He reckons he'll be on the line. So let's just see. Looks like Stockner, unfortunately, has had his own little tap over the curb. He goes. What has he done? He's going to miss that. That just far too hot. And
and another car.
And around he goes. Norberg was around him there once again. And Alex Witt and Dan Michel getting back together again.
Yeah, they've definitely left the rest of the fields alone, letting them do their own thing while those two fly around pretty smoothly. They seem to have very little issues with that almost 6 second gap that they've got opened up to crits behind them in third.
Yeah, Mr. Spain Senior said, let us know if we need help with the broadcast. I think that might not be a good idea. As Dan
Pit lane commentator.
Yeah. I dread to think what would come out of this gentleman's mouth currently at the moment. So
TJ has a response to that.
I agree, TJ. I love you, Mr. Spainhouse Senior, sir, but definitely no. Not tonight. Not at this moment in time, judging by what I've read accidentally without reading it first before I read it out. So there we go. Next time I will not make that mistake. Pat Trappett with Andrew Burrell. Here, these guys battling it out for the 6th and 7th. Both of these up the top 2. Interesting fact, the top 5 are the only ones on the circuit at the moment, with Armand Brusso, Stockner, Kuhn to have not swapped positions.
Wait, sorry, what?
Michael Witt, Chris Jackowicz, Collicott, Kimmel, Brusso, Stockner and Kuhn are the only drivers on track that have not lost or gained positions.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought I was like, well, considering Dan Michael was in 3rd at one point, I feel like they have passed, but I get it. Okay, they're where they started.
Yeah. They
in a
are.
sense. Got it. Okay, I was very confused for a second. I was like, what? Got it.
Got it?
But Burrell you've gotten me doing it now. Burrell, and Andrew and Pat have both gone up 2 positions, and Josh Keith up 9 spots in this race so far.
Just to keep making his way through the field, doing an absolutely stellar job at what can only be deemed as a very tough circuit. Looks like Trenton Kimmel and Seth Pegg are alongside each other. Seth's trying to get through up into that 15th place. Trenton comes back at him here and it runs a little wide. That's going to allow Seth to go underneath him. Is he going to be able to make it though? It looks like, unfortunately, is he going to run round into turn 15? Nope. Seth's going to try to cut back once again. Is he going to be able to get the run out? Nope, because it looks like Kimmel's going to have the inside line. Seth just sends it through for a man with no pace. That was amazing from Mr. Seth Pegg. Can he hold on to it, though? That's going to be the question.
Yeah, I mean, that was a fantastic little switchback, get himself in good spot, and just was able to hold that lane as he made that hard right hand around and get himself back going. And that was very, very smooth. But now he's going to have a very fun time dealing with turn 1, because that can be
the multiple
difficult.
lines cause the problem here. Seth's taken the deeper.
That's not the line.
Yeah, but neither is
The
that.
No, but the one Kimmel took was not the line. You don't want to go that deep to start it.
No, but Seth tightened it up, which is, we say it's not a line, but it's one of the lines. You know, there's multiple through that turn 1, and I think at the end of the day, you've got to use what you've been given and the choices that you make. And Seth decided he wanted to tighten it up and not allow Kimmel to come through on the inside again, like he had with Stockner earlier on.
Yes, that was a smart move, I mean, by Pegg to kind of limit. Well, as we see the 121 there of Burrell go over the sausage curb, send him a little bouncier space over that speed bump, as he does make a nice move up the inside. Is not sure he's going to be able to hold it. Yeah, as he ends up going a little wide, but pulls a nice switchback on this. Some fantastic driving come out of some of these guys. Interesting moves and different ways to make them. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I'd probably suggest, though, trying to stay away from too wide as Collicott and Burrell and Trappett. As we go on board with Collicott, he's going to try that inside run down into the final cut. If you get this wrong, mate, you are going to torpedo him. Please don't. And he didn't get it wrong going around the final corner, and now it's a run up into turn 1. Who do you think is going to get this?
Oh, the overall winner of these 3. It looks like Collicott's going to take a very sharp angle turn here and kind of push Trappett out a little wide. But it looks like, yeah, Burrell able to hold on to that and create some space for him now. Not much, but a little bit of space, a little breathing room as he makes his way through those S's with a little train they have going on.
Yeah, Burrell, Collicott, Trappett. Taylor's now in there. Strada's joined on to the back in that Reese's machine as he goes with 6 to go through turn 7 and 8. Strada's looking fairly strong, you know, down 3 places. He's clearly got some pace in that machine. If he could have stayed out of trouble at the beginning, it might have been, you know, a different story for him.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's the hard part with this is one little mistake on a road course, very much unlike an oval course, is it can cost you the race. You can't win it on turn 1, but you certainly can lose it, or turn 1, lap 1. So, unfortunately for him, it wasn't turn 1 of lap 1, but it was shortly after that he had himself a little bit of an incident, and that's just never going to help as you try and make your way closer to the front here. Though he's been slowly kind of picking up places here and there, getting a little closer to the front as he's going through.
Yeah, slowly making his way through. Taylor, Collicott, Trappett and Burrell there. Collicott, I believe, was up the inside of Trappett. and make that through. Look like Armand Brusso may have had a little bit of a moment. Peg through the fog is coming behind Stockner this time, so it's Stockner's, it's Peg's opportunity to come from behind and see if he can push up the inside of Stockner and maybe push Stockner out, but give him a little bit of a wide berth, and then Seth should be able to just go straight up, slide straight through without any issues. That's what he's trying to do at the moment as they're coming through into turn 15. Great little battle with Peg and Stockner, swapping places and checking out, seeing who can get out the inside.
Yeah, they're just going back and forth on this, and eventually one of them will for sure hold on to it or take the other one out and cause a whole lot of the funnies. Hopefully not too many, but
Stockner's off.
They go 3 wide. And Peg somehow makes up 2 spots, not just 1.
Yeah, Kimmel, Stockner started going wide, then Kimmel went a little bit wide, and then Seth come through, didn't he, and did a great job. And now we've got Trenton Kimmel on your left, Seth Peg in the white and red with a go fast strikes down the middle. This is going into turn 1. Whoa, Kimmel, where are you going?
Where's Peg going? He walked up very hard there.
I don't know what was going on there. Seth just locked up as if he was just stopping, and that was it.
Yeah.
Right, Strada is made a blaze past Taylor, chasing down Collicott here with Trappett just escaping a little bit up the road.
Yeah, Trappett's kind of... It was funny because he was, for a little while there, sitting a little further back, but he's managed to kind of get himself back up and kind of overtake, in a sense, and lend himself now trying to trace down Burrell again and see if he can catch up to him. Not the easiest on this track, yeah, and like Terry Spainhour Sr. said, it's a little trickier move to try and do because you can't really utilize the draft at all.
Yeah, the draft is... not allowing them to get close, is it? Because it's not, unless you're coming out of turn 11 right up behind somebody, and we mean like 3 temps, 2 temps, then you're going to get a run down into 12. But if you're further away than that, you're definitely not going to get it, and that's the thing, isn't it? They've got to make sure they're really close. Like now, Strada is really close to Collicott and is about 2 temps back. He should be able to get the run out of that final corner if we can see them. As they start coming under the bridge, but he's still not making a great inroad, is he?
No, he's not really making up a ton of time, and it's... I mean, a lot will be kind of decided on turn 1 and how you do through the S's, but after that, it's kind of hard to sort of make any time up as you make your way through the rest of the track, because it's so much turning as he does make his way past Collicott there. But yeah, like, other than turn 11 and turn 12, you're pretty much not necessarily stuck in place, but it is harder to make a move in kind of the last sector, sort of sector 3 of this track. It's most of your gain is going to be through sector 2 and 3, more so than sector 4 and 5 there.
Yeah, Strada's broken away a little bit over Collicott and Taylor. Going to leave these guys fighting it out round turn 11. Taylor in that 41 Ford, Collicott in the 91 Chevy. As they're coming towards us now, this should be Taylor's opportunity to be able to go up the inside of turn 12. Is he going to be able to have that gap and that space left for him? And it looks like he may be able to do it. They've swapped twice here. Stockler looks like he's had another incident. Kuhn looks like he's had another incident as well. And currently, Taylor did not get past Collicott this time around.
Yeah, it's
hello,
unfortunately. I was reading what Terry said and then realized I was like, oh, I should probably respond to that. Yeah, no, just not quite able to get past Collicott. As it looked like he kind of was almost braked a little early going into turn 12. I'm not sure if it was just didn't have the confidence in the grip left in those tires. I mean, we are 3 laps to go. We're looking at about 12 lap old tires, and these cars don't exactly baby their tires. It's going to be quite rough on them coming through here. So I think it might have been just not quite 100% confident in how that grip was going to go going into that turn, trying to go side by side through turn 12 there.
Yeah, definitely not. Unfortunately, as we know, the tyres do get eaten up there. Stockner, and I'm not really sure what was happening with Brusso on that one. But Collicott and Taylor, we've also got Kuhn and Carlson are coming in as we're going in with the final 3 to go.
Yeah, and I think I just realized we lost Calvin Ross not long ago. I think it was lap 17. It looks like we lost him. So Justin Kuhn, I believe it is our final driver, and I think he's actually still on the lead lap. So this might be one of the rare times we get to watch. Oh.
I feel there may be parts missing before we got to this point.
Yeah.
And there's more parts missing. So where did Calvin Ross lose it the first time? Nope, he's still got no parts on the car. Is it here? Nope. It's not there. He's been off a few times, mind you, Calvin. Ah, it looks like his car's complete here. So this is, I've got a funny feeling, where he lost the part of the car. Yeah, you're not making that. Unfortunately, into the wall he goes. That was Calvin Ross gone. Devon Collicott and Jason Taylor still going here as well.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that we lost Calvin Ross there, but yeah, Collicott and Taylor there. I mean, this guy's been dueling it out, and there's been a couple of really good fights throughout this. I mean, the Strotter battling his way back and trying to catch people and reel them in. I mean, we haven't watched too much of it because they are so far ahead, but Dan Michael and Alex Witt, Dan Michel, sorry, and Alex Witt, they've been having a good little duel. It's now opened up a bit. The first set where we had Kritz, Witt, and Michel all kind of fighting their way through, it's been very entertaining. And I mean, the Kimmel, Peg, and section, that's been pretty solid as well. Like, we've had a lot of good racing now. The whole field hasn't been close, but we've had some good battles up and down the timing tower.
Yeah, I know we have, and given them their due, they've taken to this interesting circuit rather well. You know, the 20 that are surviving, so all of them 20 will score points, and they're going to do an amazing job, which is the most important thing. As your leaders are coming down through turn 11, they're about 1.4 seconds back at the moment. But it's still with Collicott and Taylor, your midfield, and Kimmel, Peg look like they're having a nice little ding-dong further down. We'll pick up with them very, very shortly as your leaders are coming into turn 12 now.
Yeah, it's been pretty entertaining. At least in those bits and pieces. Check the off tracks. I don't think we want to there, TJ.
No, TJ.
Lots is what I'm gonna guess. Lots. Yeah.
These are just off tracks without obviously the car contacts. But yeah, we don't know how accurate this is going to be over this because obviously our system just registers as off tracks when they do run a little bit wide. So yeah, we're going to have to take it as a pinch of salt, I think, when it comes to the off tracks. Your leaders are coming around the final corner. Dan Michel and Alex Witt. Dan did jump Alex in the pit stop phase and has now come out in front and is led since the stage break.
Yeah, he's had a solid second half as we come into that final time around turn 1 here. It's been actually quite smooth out of him, and I mean, we did have Seth Pegg say that he was expecting people to kind of run out just beforehand, kind of at the line sort of thing. So I'm curious how this ends up playing out, if anyone is having fuel issues and we see someone start to massively drop off. Or if Seth Pegg was a little too cautious and is going to have a little extra fuel compared to everybody. But it'll be interesting to see how it does how the space around him goes, because him having that little extra fuel, he might have been able to push Kimmel a little more. and might be able to slide past him as he runs out or gets low.
Yeah, maybe, but he's no further than 16th at the moment. Looks like the leaders coming on turn 11. Burrell, Trappit, and Strada are still fighting out here for that 5th, 6th, and 7th place. So let's see how these guys get on. We'll keep an eye on the leaders. They've got a few more corners left to go before they end up completing this evening's racing. Strada does pass Trappit for P6 and now has got Burrell in front of him, but unfortunately for Alex Witt, he just can't get close to Dan Michel as they've only got a few corners remaining here.
Yeah, he's Dan has kind of just done what he needed to do. Didn't really push it too hard or anything like that, where he was all alone, completely away from anybody. But he didn't really give Alex Witt a chance. Unfortunately for Alex Witt, is he kind of stayed on that one, about a second off the entire time. Wasn't really able to close up and didn't lose too much. Just great racing out of the two of them, and fantastic job by Dan Michel.
Yeah, well, here we go. Dan is coming over the line. He is there, I promise you. And he is going to take the victory here at Coda. He does do with Alex Witt in second place. Let's pick up on the Burrell Trappit. Trappit looks like he's just past Strada again. And now Strada has decided an off-track. Who cares about off-tracks? As it goes around the final corner and carries as much extra speed as he can, but it looks like it's going to be Burrell is going to take that spot in front in 5th, Trappit in 6th with Strada in 7th. A great job there. Seth has managed to pass Mr. Kimmel, but he's got a few more corners to hang on for.
Yeah, just a few, but let's see what Peg is able to pull off. There we go. A little bumpy as they start going their way around. Not really how you want to do it, but I mean, hey,
Yeah,
still a wee love tap.
Yeah, unfortunately though, that love tap has caused that. And then Seth does get the run once more as he's coming around the final few corners here. So great job from Seth. Didn't quite, oh yeah, he did make just the top 15.
It's exactly where he said he was going to be.
Baby.
I see, has one more corner. Weird things could happen.
Yeah, let's be real about it, right? Oh, no, not now. It looks like Seth is going to take that 15th place. What about Stottner and Brusso? Well, they've got 2 more corners to go. Stottner's going to try and carry as much speed around the outside of Brusso as he possibly can. Brusso's going to hold on to the inside. And is he going to make it over the line? Yes, he does. Brusso takes that final spot, and then Brandon McLaughlin will be the final one finishing here. So great job from everybody. Let's bring you up the results of possibly the shortest race this season. Dan Michel is your winner with Alex Witt in 2nd, Dylan Kritz in 3rd, Noel Jakowitz in 4th with Andrew Burrell in 5th, Pat Trappit 6th, Strada 7th, Collicott 8th, and Taylor in 9th. Matthew Norberg down in 10th with Andrew Onquist in 11th, Joshua B. Keefe, Joshua Kuhn, and Hunter Carlson round out the top 14. The Seth Peg in 15, Kimmel 16, Brusso 17 with Stottner in 18th place. And then on from that, McLaughlin, Kuhn, Ross, and Sherman, who did not take to the start. Let's start off with your 3rd place man, who we have welcomed into the booth, is one Mr. Dylan Kritz. Dylan, welcome in, bud. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm doing good.
Doing really good?
I survived.
Yeah, but that's... Hold on a minute, right? There seems to be a little bit of sandbagging going on here because... To be honest, you put in Discord earlier on, I apologise, and then you never really got yourself into any form of problem to have to apologise to.
This is true. I thought I would. I thought I'd just lay in the brakes, take some people out by accident. I almost did with Alex and Dan on the first stage there, right in the last 2 laps, but we survived.
You did. Going forward,
Yeah.
are you glad it's over? Has this experience at COTA made you realise that actually, no, NASCARs do not belong on road circuits?
No, this is fun. I enjoyed this. I'm probably one of the few people that actually enjoyed it. I had fun.
Well, right, that would be the end of Dylan Chris's interview. No, only joking, buddy. Look, you're in a good place for the championship. You're, up and around the top. Moving forward on, you got a few tough circuits, Richmond, Martinsville, and Texas, before we go to, obviously, Dega. But out of them next three, can you see yourself getting a win?
If anywhere, Martinsville. With the braking, those are the spots where I make up the most time. Texas, I think, is going to be a doozy.
Martinsville, I'm really looking forward to that one.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, Martinsville's going to be absolutely amazing. But Dylan, thanks so much for joining us there, buddy. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
I'd like to shout out CC O'Brien's Sports Bar and Grill, God, Black Flag Motorsports, and myself.
Yourself. I think you deserve to shout yourself out as well.
Hey, thank you.
No worries, bud. You're doing a stellar job. So, well done.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Have a good one.
Hey, thanks. You too.
Bye, Dylan. Oh, I don't know why. He makes me chuckle every time he comes in. Now we're going to have a chat with Alex Witt, the man who was leading up into the stage break, got jumped in the pits by Dan there. Let's see what his opinion of it. Oh, Alex, welcome in, bud.
Yeah, pretty happy with the first stage there. Definitely the track position super important, and you can drive defensively relatively easily on this track, so I think that's why I was able to get all those laps led in the first stage there. It's just really difficult to make a pass, and Dan had a lot of pace there.
Yeah, and then the stage break come round. Didn't do you any favours.
Yeah, it was really close there on pit road. I just didn't get enough speed, I think, into the box, so wasn't able to have the run there on the exit.
So do you think that was what the defining moment was? Was it the speed going into the box?
Yeah, probably just getting as much out of breaking into the box there. I was pretty conservative, just trying not to, definitely didn't want to blow through the box because that can be much worse than losing one position.
Yeah, some points are better than no points, right? You know what I mean? Going forward for you, though, Richmond, Martinsville, Texas, the next three. Any particular favourites you think, do you know what, I can actually take the win there?
Yeah, I don't know. It'd probably be Texas. Martinsville's probably going to be crazy, and Richmond I'm not really too sure about. So I think Texas would be the best bet for me going forward.
Okay, well, Dylan said Martinsville, so if now I interview Alec for Dan and he says Texas, then we're all good. We've got a full house. But well done to you, dear sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to the Breakfast Club as always. Thank you.
No worries, bud. Have a good one, Alex. Thanks so much for joining us. Right, next up into the booth is your man that led from the stage break here. Dan Michelle, welcome into the booth. Dan, how are you, buddy?
Tired.
Tough one?
Just really tired.
Okay.
I'm dying.
Of what? What are you doing? What's up with you? You're younger than me and I'm still going. Come on.
Because towards the end there we had that incident with the lap car and I almost lost the lead.
Oh. There must have been another battle happening because I missed that one. Sorry. But listen, you didn't lose the lead. You went to one, right? Now, I'm going to ask you the same question as the other two. Richmond, Martinsville, or Texas? Which one you got? What's your favourite?
Neither. I hate both tracks. Martinsville is going to be a wreck fest. Texas is going to be a wreck fest because everyone's going to be tight on entry.
And Richmond?
Richmond will probably be the better of the three. But it's still a short track, so it's going to be wreck fest.
Okay. Well, that wasn't quite the response I was expecting there. But, going forward for you, look, we can look at this season and think, is it a warm-up for the next two? What do you think of the free sort of tier calendar that we have got this season?
I think I'm having a freak episode in terms of the worst luck imaginable. Any races I've been running, I've been either wrecked out of the lead, or a lap car hits me and destroys my car, or just anything. So I just I'm ready for next season. This is the second part of the season, I guess, and just do better then, because I'm done with this part.
Well, unfortunately, mate, you ain't done yet. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go.
I'm close. I'm close.
Well, you're halfway through, so good luck with that one, mate. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go, buddy?
Just Armin and the guys, everyone in the chats, in the race. I mean, the road courses are really tough on people, so I'm surprised so many people showed up. It's very nice. But yeah, you guys too. Broadcasting. I know it was real foggy, real nice. Love the fog today. Pretty silly.
Yeah. You might not say that if you watch it back. Yeah.
I mean, from the in-car, it looked great because you had there was a lot more missed apexes, let's say that. Even though you can't see a lot of apexes here at Coda, the fog makes it 10 times worse.
Yeah, we couldn't. At times when the cameras panned out, we didn't. Kenton didn't even know who was who. So, yeah, I mean, it got quite horrendous, Dan, to be honest. But thanks so much for joining me, buddy, and we'll look forward to seeing how you get on next week at Richmond.
Absolutely.
Take care, mate.
You too.
Well, there you go, Kenton. I love interviewing Dylan. It just makes me chuckle. Dan, seems quite happy considering. And Alex, yeah, it seems. I think the general consensus that I got from them was they were just glad to get it out of the way. Maybe I'm. That's not what was happening, but that's what it felt like went on.
Yeah, it definitely kind of felt like it's here, it's done, it's over with. Let's move on. Next race. Let's go.
That was kind of it, wasn't it?
I know that's how you felt.
I felt like that as soon as I saw it on the calendar. I just don't know what it is. Who turned on the fog machine? You blinking did. Don't come in YouTube chat acting all innocent, Mr. Brusso. You turned on the fog machine. I couldn't even see it. Kenton couldn't even see it. I wear glasses and I couldn't even see half the people on the circuit. So I'm blaming you for, if you come back to me and go, James, that was terrible, I'm going to be like, well, you put fog on. You know what I mean? And then you might get moments where I'm just in complete and out of stitches because Kenton said something funny.
Yeah, it was all me. 100%.
I'm in. Don't even bring me into this, Mr. Sportak, sir. I am innocent. Promise.
Hilarious.
Go to bed, James. I agree. Who, me? Look at you acting all in. Who, me? Would I make it? Look at the picture. It's grey. We can't even see anything. Thank God it's over. It's got. It got moist. Anyway, on that note, we're gonna. Oh, bail out here on this one. I've been James Parfitt. I've been alongside Kenton Sportak for what has only been a complete fog fest at Quota. But for now, guys, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track or not see you on the track and we give Armin control of the weather. Have a good one.
Yep.